Hello boys and girls, Undertaker Freak 1127 here. There are certain things that get asked so many times, almost ad infinitum, that you wonder if people will ever get the hint after you refuse to answer them over and over again. You really wonder if people will finally get the hint that you just don't care. But apparently nobody got the hint that I just don't care about the thing in question, and that thing in question is, what do you think of Outback Zack? Outback Zack is no different from RayWilliamJohnson in the sense that he steals content or borrows content, whatever he's calling it at the time, and makes some kind of commentary on it that seems to only appeal to third graders. Just in case you're wondering, just because you add a few swear words to something doesn't mean it appeals to any sort of higher thinking. So that takes care of that aspect of it. The other aspect of Outback Zack is the fact that he loads his videos with pleas for subscriptions and for thumbs up and for comments. He even asks for comments just like RayWilliamJohnson and Shane Dawson. He also has the banner which links to all of his other places and all of his other things. And if that wasn't enough, he also makes fake thumbnails, misleading thumbnails, just like who? In case you haven't gotten it by now, like RayWilliamJohnson, Shane Dawson, and all the other dumbass top-tier YouTube pieces of shit. Is this starting to sound like I would like him? The people that usually ask me this question are ostensibly fans of mine, and fans of mine should know what I don't like, if they are indeed fans. Another thing that this Outback Zack guy does is the misleading titles to the videos. I think I saw one of his videos with the title of something like Asian Blowjob. Do you think that's going to lure in a few people? Now, if you don't think that, I did this before I started doing my videos. I had a video of a EAS emergency alert system mock-up, you know, with the tone and everything. It was just a hypothetical hurricane warning in when I used to live in Texas for Dallas County, Tarrant County, excuse me. And as an experiment, it had like 50 views within 6 months. It had 50 views, so I changed the name of the video to Michael Jackson. This is right after he died. I changed the name of the video to Michael Jackson, and do you know what happened? If you go look at that video, there are 3,000 some odd videos. And no, that video does not have advertisements on it, so don't start that shit, you bunch of stupid motherfuckers. But if you go and look at that video, now it has something like, I don't know, 3,000 views. I don't think there's 3,000 people in this world who would be even moderately entertained by something like that. So my point is, if you put an interesting enough title on something, even if it has nothing to do with the video, even if you have a very minimal amount of things to say about such a useless subject, you'll get enough people to tune into it. And just like I mentioned on my other video, this is another thing that what's his name? Outback Zack has working for him. And by the way, let me state first off that if he is really from Australia, he has a very odd accent because he sounds like the most disingenuous Australian that I've ever heard in my life. Another thing about this Outback Zack that I've noticed is that he is completely 100% unfunny. He is not interesting in the least. But what he does have working in his favor is that the majority of the people that make up YouTube, it seems, are little impressionable kids. 10 to 14-year-olds who wouldn't know good entertainment if it came up and bit them in their hairless scrotum. So that's what he has working in his favor as well. These kids that don't know what entertainment is. And I'm not one to say who entertainment is, but I'm just saying, if you watch any of his stuff, it's very clear that he is just an Australian version of RayWilliamJohnson. So I've named off all these reasons why I think Outback Zack is an untalented piece of shit. And I'm finding it very disturbing and very interesting, to say the least, that my fans need to ask what I think of a piece of shit like him. Here he is, a carbon copy of RayWilliamJohnson. And people expect the answer to the question, do you like Outback Jack, or what do you think of Outback Jack? They expect the answer to that question to be anything other than he sucks, from my point of view. That's what kind of disturbs me. Folks, I like answering questions. I'm an open book. If you go to my forum spring, I probably know who you are anyway. But if you go to my forum spring, here's a little bit of advice. If you want your question answered, try to make it interesting and not completely obvious. You see, we were given these things in our heads called brains for a reason. And some people have figured out that our brains can be used for critical thinking. And in fact, something like this isn't really critical thinking. It's fucking logic! You may notice a little bit of frustration in my voice. I'm just a little frustrated that not only do I have the same questions asked over and over again, but these same obvious questions answered over and over again. Some people might think, well, maybe there's an anomaly somewhere in the system there. Maybe there's something about RayWilliamJohnson you don't like, but you see an Outback Zack that you like better. No. So let's recap, ladies and gentlemen. Outback Zack is a carbon copy of the other top-tier YouTube stars. He makes fake, misleading thumbnails. He's completely uninteresting, doesn't have so much as a modicum of talent to be spoken of, makes completely stupid, inane jokes. He has his own little tagline. He makes misleading titles. He whores himself out to no end. He steals content to make commentary on it, just like RayWilliamJohnson. It's like RayWilliamJohnson is setting some kind of standard for ineptitude. RayWilliamJohnson has really set a standard for ineptitude because people are starting to strive to be RayWilliamJohnson. And once it's okay to want to strive to be something, but to strive to be something that is completely and utterly annoying and not worth a damn thing in the long run, to strive to be something like that, this is what scares me, because people aspire to be vloggers. Kids of this next generation are going to aspire to be a vlogger. They're going to aspire to be RayWilliamJohnson or Shane Dawson. Do you folks want that? Do you want this next generation to aspire to be like RayWilliamJohnson and like Shane Dawson or like Fred? Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know, you people. It's just sad. It's very sad. It's very you know, like I said, and when I mentioned vlogger, like I said in that RayWilliamJohnson video, there are two types of vloggers. There are vloggers who actually make sense, and there are vloggers who try to make sense out of their own lives and ultimately fail, but still somehow manage to attain thousands of subscribers. Like vlogger is a portmanteau of video log, just like blog is a portmanteau of weblog. And usually when you write a blog, you write about your own life. And I don't know what could be worse than watching some spiky-haired asshole sit there and talk about how much his life sucks, and how he just can't hold down a job, and how he just can't get a girlfriend. You know, YouTube is screwed, ladies and gentlemen. What can I say? Well, it's not screwed for the millions and millions who like this degraded content, but it's screwed for the people like me and like other people like me, I guess, I don't know, who actually like quality content and can't get quality content. So, I'm sorry I went on that little tangent there. I do a lot of tangential material, if you can't tell. But once and for all, commit this to memory. This will never be asked ever again. Do you like Outback Zack, John? No, I cannot fucking stand Outback Zack. Does that answer your question finally? I hope it does. And next time, try to figure out that when someone doesn't answer a question you ask over and over again, it probably means that they don't want to answer it because it's obvious. Undertaker Freak 1127. Have a good day, folks. God damn it.